with, which Jen, by the way, mentioned, that's Flyer's color. She's loving this car with the orange and the black. All we need is Gritty in the front seat. Brian, go ahead and tell us about your Chevelle.
What do you need to know? It was originally a Florida car, brought back up here after a Mecum auto auction. It was a quarter-mile drag car. The gentleman that brought it up offered it to me for sale as long as I could get him to convert it to a street car. So we took the big motor with nitrous oxide out, put in the classic 454, switched the transmission and drivetrain over to a Hurst 4-speed and a Muncie M1 transmission, and the rest is history.
What do you think, Jen? I need Gritty behind the wheel.
It would look great in it.
Here, let me show him. Here, we're gonna show a picture here. Just so you know what Gritty looks like or no?
No.
All right.
It's the Flyers hockey mascot. What you're saying is silly looking.
Oh yeah!
Right?
Yeah, can you get a stuffed one of those?
Absolutely.
Yeah!
There you go, Gritty.
I would love that to be riding shotgun. Oh yeah!
There you go, baby.
Awesome.
There you go, baby. Gritty.
Yes. There's always room for him.
Now, who is it? Who is that in the back? Who is that in the front seat
That's
there?
my little orange hugger.
Little orange hugger. You don't have a name?
No,
Just little orange hugger.
Yep.
All right, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here, Michael, with the Rockford Fosgate, what I'm going to call base van right here. Go ahead and explain what you got set up here, sir.
So this is it's called a sound lab. The chamber is, you get inside, we kick it on for about a minute and a half. Unless you get overwhelmed, you can tap out. It does about 155 decibels. It's a shock factor, a wow factor. Kind of fun to sit in. Novelty piece that attracts the crowd to the event.
Well, I definitely heard it a little minute ago. We hear a lot of rattle to it. What's in here exactly?
So we've got 615s.
615s.
About 1,000 watts per pair of 15s.
And there's your giant tap out button. If you can't take
tap
it.
out buttons. You got earphones in there, earmuffs in there. We got our Pro Series, our Punch Pro 8s, and 1.5 inch horns. You're welcome to get in and film while it's going.
What are you playing in there? Any particular song or something?
We have about 8 songs that are pre-programmed.
Okay.
So country, rock, rap, old rock, you name it, we can play it. Rockford, they encourage it.
Okay, so it's not going to be any copyright issue from you guys. So you guys have the permission to use the music for this film.
Sir.
To be honest, I don't know how good it's going to sound on camera because the amount of bass with the microphone on this camera, all you're probably going to hear is but either way, just so YouTube don't kick this video on copyright, because you just heard we got permission to play it. So do a rock one and then maybe a rap one and then we'll see. All right, Mac, jump on in there. I'll go ahead on in next. And I guess it's gonna get dark in here.
Just some lights in there, but I'll wish you luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, we're in the van. Let's see what this gets to.
That is amazing.
That is absolutely awesome. It probably sounded terrible because the mic obviously probably got blown up, if this even works. All right, Michael, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, man, we'll see you.
Take care.
Oh, wow, like that actually messes with your equilibrium a little bit. Whoa. from HobbyTown, and we were just looking at RC cars because it is an automotive channel, true. This is a car show. These are just much smaller and maybe a little badder ass because I'm watching my son play with these, and it's like he's trying to be in a demolition derby. And Andy over here says that's the point. These things take them. It's going to explain.
Yeah, we've got the Traxxas Slashes in-house this week. Traxxas set us up with 8 Slashes for us to go play with. Slash is known worldwide. It's one of the most durable trucks out there. It's not like the old days back in the lunchbox days where if you ran it for a couple of minutes and you knew you were going to break apart. These days, with the Slashes, the Lexan bodies, and the plastic quality, you can run these for about a good 20-25 minutes. And the boys, as he said, we're beating the heck out of them, crashing, and all we've seen so far after 2 straight days of bashing is 1 body cracked out of 8 trucks. And so we know we've got a great quality product. Traxxas sets us up real nice. If you want to come in, HobbyTown Green Bay, we're right behind Olive Garden on 909th Street.
So in our conversation, Andy and I were talking, I mentioned, okay, now I'm 41 years old, almost 42, and when I was a kid, one of my first RC cars was a product called the Midnight Pumpkin, which is basically, he mentioned the Lunchbox. Lunchbox was a van, it was a different body, and Midnight Pumpkin was like a 48 or 49, maybe 50s Ford truck body on it. What, you know exactly? Or?
I know, I don't remember the year exactly, but it was in that same style, that awesome curved style of the 50s pickup truck. And we still have those trucks around. The models still exist. People still want to build them, relive the childhood. I'm in that same age group. We all want to see what we used to have, but some of the new stuff that's out there, man, it can just take an absolute beating.
And one issue I had with that thing, I remember, is I constantly kept breaking the body mounts, so I wound up switching up to a Lexan body on that truck. So you said you actually have these in stock. You've got the Lunchbox, you've got the Midnight Pumpkin, so you've got those vintage style RC cars that we all grew up with that might want to buy again just to kind of relive that, like we were speaking of.
And there's a lot of us in that age that we want to have that stuff to go play with and go see, but a lot of it ends up as shelf candy. And now we get a lot of guys doing the bashing trucks like the Slashes or some of the rock crawlers that we've got over here. We've got a 79 Bronco, we've got a 79 Blazer that just came out, all for low and slow rock crawling. So whatever kind of speed you want to be in, fast, slow, hilly, everything.
So they're into rock crawling RC cars now. When I was a kid, after Midnight Pumpkin, I went to more like a NASCAR style, what we call the pan car.
Yep.
It literally looked like something straight off of the NASCAR stock car series. And I hate to, Mom, sorry, but I never put your name on any of my cars, even though you paid for every single piece I ever had until I had a real car. Dude, that's horrible of a son, right? I think I should have painted my mother's name. She paid for the whole thing.
Nah, she wouldn't want to see her name all bashed up like we used to beat the heck out of them.
Sorry, Mom. So that's what I got into, and obviously once I got into big cars and let the RC cars go, I am legit interested in the Midnight Pumpkin. So I can relive a little bit of my youth, something that me and my son can both do now.
Yep.
What am I looking at for a Midnight Pumpkin nowadays, you think?
About $150. You get the kit ready. You got to build. It's a kit to build.
Okay.
So you've got time and energy to get in there, get that kit running. There's some pieces that you'll need, some electronics, but we can help set you up with all those things.
I still have the old electronics, by the way.
It all depends if you want the electronics in it or not, if you're going to run it or just leave it as a trophy.
God knows if I'd like to use it, but not beat it like I did. So like I said, I have the old stuff. I still have all the old stuff left, so if that's compatible, it's a good idea. But my son showed me something that was on the shelf here, and he got to talking, and the problem is this is the second take because we did it off camera while the announcer was talking. So we're going to get and try to relive that. Okay, you were showing us something here.
Yep. So this is the Traxxas Teton. This is the #1 selling truck in our store. It's a 1/18th scale truck. What's great about it, especially up here in northeastern Wisconsin, we don't get to play outside year round. No one wants to stand outside when it's 2 degrees outside and play with their RC car. So these are just small enough to be able to go into your house and go in the basement or go into a heated garage, and you can rip them all winter. Even moms have no problems. You put a little electrical tape on the tires and they'll spin on the carpet. You have a grand old time chasing yourself, chasing the dog around the house.
You had a little demonstration with a little slightly different one here.
This is one of the ones that we've customed up. It's the same truck. We just put some hard tires on it so we can do our drifting. put a light bar on it, and kick the tires out a little bit. But one of the things that we love about the shop is we do all sorts of crazy custom stuff. We've got trucks everywhere, and we've done drag cars, speed cars, monster trucks, Jeeps, you name it. We've pretty much built up some of the craziest stuff out there, and we're trying to have some fun, getting the guys in the shop enthused about building things and helping our customers out building some new stuff, because RC is a nice way to get in the automotive business and get into the racing business, and it's a great way to start.
One thing I remember when I was a kid, I never had one of these. Maybe I'm sure you remember if you remember Midnight Pumpkin. What was the big, taller truck? It was like the king of kings in those days.
Oh, it was like,
it had 2 motors in
yeah.
it. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. It was
huge.
one of the Tamiya ones. Yeah, we don't have that one. We do have we have one of the Hiluxes. It's not quite complete yet, but the Hilux, our friends at David from Warbird Airbrush did the airbrushing on this whole body. He just delivered the surfboard that goes with it, all hand airbrushed.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's got some talent. And then he did the all airbrushed. Every dot on this body is airbrushed in. But this is one of the mid 90s Toyota Hiluxes. So in that same Tamiya setup. So the last thing we do, we sell a lot of 3D printers and 3D printer supplies. One of our customers actually printed the entire truck. The only thing that's not printed on this truck, motor and the tires could have been printed, but everything else in here, gearbox, everything you can see or everything underneath it is 3D printed off of one of our 3D printers over here. So a new exciting way to get into the game, learning how to build parts, and it's a great fun way of getting together and coming up with some really crazy designs.
Andy, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for talking a little bit with me about the RC cars over here you guys have. So let's get Andy over here. He's at HobbyTown in Green Bay, right?
Yep, HobbyTown Green Bay, just behind Olive Garden.
Go ahead and check him out. All right, guys. We're going to go check out some more cars over here. Be back in a second.